Hi, welcome to Soul Nectar 30 for 30, the level up. You have just entered the next 30 days in a beautiful opportunity to prove to yourself that you can and you do have what it takes to learn how to meditate, to learn how to be in your body, and to learn how to align your life in a way that allows you and your soul nectar to blossom. Welcome. My name is Christine, and I will be one of your hosts for the next 30 days. We really wanted to take the opportunity to show you guys something that we do that helps focus our attention on the present moment. Because when you meditate, what you're really doing is you're becoming very present in your space, in your body, and in your mind. It allows your soul nectar to blossom, unfold, and life can become very dynamic on the inner world. And when that happens, the outer world starts to magnetically realign and show up synchronistically in all areas. So we'd like to practice with you over the next 30 days. This is an easy get to know yourself, get to know meditation, get to know yoga, get to know sound and how it affects the body. This is not something that you're going to feel like you just learned rocket science, but it is something that's going to give you, one more toe in the water, one more foot in front of the other, down the path of the journey that you find yourself on today. I'm so happy, I'm so honored, and we shall begin. So in today's first class, what I'd like to offer you is the idea of setting a set and setting for your space, for your meditation, for your practice, whichever way you'd like to look at it. I will use lots of different terms for the same thing because I want to be inclusive in my language around what we're learning over the next 30 days. Yoga is a really profound way and philosophy to live your life through, and it has taught me how to honor myself, my space, and everything in my world in a way that allows me to show up fully. So one of the things that I started when I first started meditating was I started doing it at the same time every day. It happened to be at, between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. because it was the only time in my life that was available for me. And I had heard through all the education I'd had. So this is the hour in the middle of the night where you are already in what they call an alpha brainwave state. It just means your heart beats, your brain beats sort of as well, for a lack of a better term. And what happens is that it beats in different rhythms, and those rhythms are called delta, theta, alpha, beta, and gamma. And then there's a whole host of other ways the brain works. But for today's class, what I want you to understand is that when you're right before you fall asleep and right when you wake up, your body and brain are already in alpha brainwave state. So that's why I started meditating at that time. And it was really profound, the magnitude in which I was able to dive deep into my meditation and heal my body over the course of 2 years. Now, am I saying that you need to do that for 2 years? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'd just like to help you get your feet wet today and learn about some of the things that you need to take into consideration in order to understand how meditation really works. Denise and I hear a lot about, I really want to learn meditation, I really want to know how to do it, but I just can't get my mind to be quiet. And so we'd like to start there. One of the ways that you can create a space for yourself, for your mind to quiet in, is to set a ritual, a time that you're going to do it at, or for me now, because I have more access to it easier, because I know what it feels like in my body, and we'll discuss this over the next 30 days a lot. But I can drop into a meditative state of mind. I know when my body is starting to go into the alpha brainwave state, even if it's the middle of the day. So one thing that I would suggest, if let's say you have just the middle of the day and you can't meditate, meditating at 3 a.m. isn't conducive to your lifestyle to start out with, is I would start by setting a room up, burning some Palo Santo. And you don't need a room. You can just do, a corner of your bedroom, or maybe you just do it on your bed or whatever, And definitely burn some Palo Santo, some incense. As you can see, I have my candle here, and then I have my other candle because I want to, turn it on for you. So we've got the Palo Santo burning to set the tone. We've got the candle light. And now we're ready. Oh, and most importantly, especially if you're just starting out as a meditator, is you can use an essential oil to bring your focus, into this present moment. Right now I'm using our Soul Nectar Sweet Myrrh, and I like to put a little bit right under my nose. The essential oil that we have is called Sweet Myrrh, and we also have a grapefruit available for you. You can check it out on the website. Otherwise, I put it on my third eye in an upside down triangle, and then I put a little bit under my nose, and I put a little bit on my throat, right in the décolleté area, right above the collarbone. This really helps bring focus to my mind and to my space. So from here, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna close my eyes, and we're gonna meditate for 2 minutes today. That's how much time we're gonna do it today. Let's see if you can close your eyes, and I just want you to become aware of your breath. So close your eyes right now for me. If you're not sitting in crisscross applesauce style, maybe you want to sit in fire log position, or you can sit in cow facing position where one knee stacks on top of the other, and this looks like a longhorn. I'm going to represent for Texas today because my husband's family is by way of Texas. So we're going to sit in the Texas longhorn, and we're just going to close our eyes, bring our attention to our breath, and that's it. So go ahead and close your eyes. You can bring your hands into a mudra like me, where index and thumb come together. It's again another way for you to focus your energy, your awareness, and your time right here into this present moment. So start. Maybe you want to bring your attention to your breath by giving it a color. Inhaling white and exhaling gray. Inhaling white. Exhaling gray. Again. Keep breathing. Distractions will come into your world. Maybe your phone will beep. Maybe your animal will want to be pet. Perhaps your mind is just going to your to-do list. I don't want you to worry about that. I just want you to come back to your breath every time you notice your mind wandering or your attention moving. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhaling white, exhaling gray. Gently begin to open your eyes. How did you do? This was your journey today. This was your first time, possibly, learning how to just simply sit still. Just like babies are learning how to walk and we train our animals, I want you to think of your body as something you're having to train into a form of submission, okay? The body we want to look at as the subconscious mind. It is the programs and the plays that we have learned, habits for our entire life. So what I mean is that whatever you learned as a kid, whether you practice meditation or didn't, is what's going to be normal to you. So if you never practiced meditation as a kid or you never heard anything about it, don't be so hard on yourself to think that you should just be able to sit still and nothing should go on in your mind. You have programmed your mind and body into the state it's in. You have trained your mind and body to be able to sit still or not based on the habits you practice every day. So one thing we know about habits is that it generally takes about 21 days or 21 tries to break a habit. And then from that 21, you need to implement the behavior, right? So once you've broke a habit or created a new habit, for 21 days, you've done it in a row, it's going to be a lot easier on that second 21 days because this is where you're going to implement everything you've learned the first 21 days. But it doesn't stop there. The next 21 days after that, the third set of 21 days, is where you really start to have neuroplasticity, where you rewire your brain and body into this new version of you. So like Dr. Joe Dispenza always says, what you're actually learning in meditation is how to break the habit of being your old self. So if sitting here for 2 minutes was not easy for you, don't feel bad, don't get hard on yourself. That's why we created this 30 for 30, so that we can walk this journey with you of just sitting down. This is how you start. You start with a few minutes every day and you settle your body down into the present moment, breaking the habit of being yourself. And eventually, over time, you will start to notice what meditation is doing for you in your life. So I'm so happy you've chosen our program today. I'm so happy to be your guide. I feel honored, I feel blessed. I'm so excited to take this journey with you. Namaste.